Okay, you guys. This is Darlisha TV coming at you guys again. I wanted to give you guys an update on this Los Angeles move. If you're noticing, I am still in Chicago. This background probably looks familiar to those of you who have been keeping up with this journey. Sorry about this wiggling or whatever. This computer is on my lap. But I am still in Chicago, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about what's been going on with me, why, etc., etc., etc. And one word kind of sums up why I'm still here, and that's fear. I know in my last video I talked to you guys about the amazing blessings that God has done for me, and there literally are miracles that have occurred in my life that it's literally only God that is the only answer as to why certain things happened in my favor. But then on the flip side of that, y'all, the past several years, I've had a lot of challenges. And in those challenges, I prayed to God for certain things that will bring relief to those challenges. And those prayers went unanswered. And the things that I prayed for that went unanswered have nothing to do with any reason why I'm moving to California. They were things that to me felt like they were reasonable. They felt like they were just something that should have happened. And it didn't. And so that one thing not being met really created a lot of issues in my life. So it was like, while I've had this great record of God moving in my life concerning certain things, I also have a record of him not coming through for this one thing. And so when it comes to moving to California, this record of unanswered prayer keeps coming up. And so it's like I keep thinking that I'll get there, run out of money, pray to God to help me, and he won't do it, if that makes sense. And so this record brought about issues in me trusting God fully. And it's like sometimes you can trust God in one area and not in all areas. Like that's very possible. And so I kind of realized that I was not trusting God in every single area of my life because I was allowing fear to dictate the decision of me going ahead and moving. And I think I had to come to a place of surrenderance when it comes to this particular thing, because in other areas of my life, this record, I kept using this record as a reference point when I would ask for specific things like, well, you didn't quite answer this one prayer and it really affected so much of my life. And if you didn't do it then, you won't do it now. Like, you know that song, if he did it before, he'll do it again. Same God right now. So in my mind, the words of that song was, he didn't do it before, he won't do it no more. I'm like, I'm being serious with y'all. So that just began to be an issue. And also fear, because I've been taking in a lot of suggestions. It's like when you say that you're going to do anything that's like out of the ordinary, everybody has a suggestion to offer you. And so everybody had a suggestion. My original plan was to book my flight or drive out there, get a hotel or Airbnb, get my place, start looking for a job. You know, so my idea was essentially just to get there. And I started telling everybody. At one point I put up I put up a GoFundMe to help me get the funds to move and all of that stuff. And I started taking in everybody suggesting that I need to get a job first, that I need to have everything in order first and then move there. And I've tried it everybody else's way and it hasn't really worked for me. Y'all know I went out there for a job interview and thought I had a place and everything because I was being told, well, don't go until you have all of your ducks lined up. And so 2016 was when I got this idea to move. So this is not something that's new. This is not something that, I just thought of this year. This was something that I've said, okay, I need to kind of go ahead and do this. And so 2017 came and was totally complacent because I was undecided. And I was undecided because I was wavering back and forth between being full of faith about it and being full of fear about it. I'm full of faith about it until I think about this record of God not answering my prayer. I'm full of faith about it until somebody says something negative that makes me feel a certain type of way. And it's like throughout all this, I also kind of learned, and I hate to admit this, but I also learned that I still am a people pleaser, or I have people pleasing tendencies. And I've always thought of myself as like a bad butt, so to speak. But this has shown me that I still have a tendency to please people. And I will often say, well, I don't really need anyone's approval. I just wish, because this is such a big move, that somebody reassured me that I'm doing the right thing. And it's like I sat and thought about it. I said, well, reassurance is still like I'm looking for approval in a sense from somebody else. But when you have a yes from God, that is all you need. And at one point in 2017, it seemed like when I would decide to go, stuff would start coming up. Like at one point I decided that I was going to go by the beginning of September. And at the end of August, I got into a major car accident. And a lot of damage was done to my car. And I came out okay. So thank God for that. But it was like stuff just happening. And, at one point I had a nice amount of money saved up, and then financial challenges hit. Had to use the money I had saved up. So it's like, while I'm waiting on this perfect time to happen, it's actually working against me. I'm not in a position to save $10,000. If I waited until I could save $10,000, I wouldn't be able to go. So, okay, this is what I was going to say. I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts talking about serving God while you're disappointed. It really did encompass everything that I talked to you guys about going through times where I really just felt like, God, you're not answering my prayers. Like, where are you? And she talked about how it's not that your prayers are not being unanswered. It's not that God isn't hearing you. It's kind of like your prayers are being buried and watered. And she said, then there comes a specific time where it's time to come up. Like, now God is going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ask or think. And so I kind of equate that to me moving and God giving me the idea to move to California, because I would have never thought in a million years that I would want to live in California. That just seemed like something that was out of my reach. And so she talked about how God brings certain things low enough, but it's up to you to reach up and grab it. And this whole process has been a stretch for me. And I feel like the stretching comes in because I don't know what's going to happen on this side of things. I've tried it the way where I had it, where I knew it was going to happen on this end, and it didn't work. So I believe that God is stretching me. And I've kind of always known that, but now I'm just like, okay, God, whatever you want, because I'm still here and I still kind of feel like being here is in this, it has me in a circular motion, and it just feels like no matter what I do, it's like I can't break out of this circle that I'm in. And perhaps that's because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do or should have done. And so now I have made a decision that May 31st, 2018 is my deadline to be in California. Now I'm gonna need y'all to hold me accountable too now. So I will be working extra hard this week to get that money. And then I have one more thing that needs to be done, and that's I need to ship my car, because driving there, I wouldn't have anybody to drive with me. So, everybody I know has their own lives, and like my parents probably can't drive with me. And then also, y'all, I feel like if I was driving and somebody was driving with me, whoever drive with me, their faith has to match my faith. I don't want anybody in the car with me on this 3,000-mile trip that the whole time we're going, you're filling my head up with everything that could go wrong. Or as soon as, one apartment doesn't work out, you're like, well, try again next year, Darlisha. Let's go back to Chicago. Like, that's not what I need. I would need someone that has the same faith level that I have or greater. So that's why I think that this is probably a journey I need to go on by myself. Also, you guys, I do need help with the cost of shipping my car, and I do have a GoFundMe. Yes, I am trying a GoFundMe again. I'm trying to GoFundMe again. So I will link the GoFundMe below, y'all. Please, if you can donate any amount, that would be of great help to me. Please help a sister out. I will have the link below so that you can donate if you so feel led to help me get my car to Los Angeles. And yeah, guys, that sums it up. I haven't told anybody that I'm planning to leave by the 31st of May because I'm not trying to hear the negativity. Like, we ain't about to keep going around in circles. So people will know once I have my route set as to how I'm getting there. And that's that. So yeah. Those of you that have a prayer life, keep me lifted up, y'all. Because I'm not about to front. Like, I understand the risk that's involved. But I'm willing to take the risk just to see what's on the other side. God has brought this thing as low as he can bring it. I got to reach up, and reaching up means me moving. So yeah, I will definitely keep you guys updated. I probably will upload a couple more times before I actually move. And during the move, I will also be vlogging live or even on Instagram, just certain things that I'm encountering and stuff like that. So yeah, that kind of sums everything up, y'all. Like I said before, keep me lifted up in prayer. And I will be talking to you guys soon. Don't forget, GoFundMe to help me get my car. The link is below. All right, bye.